Hello, my children. Today we will take together the difference between past simple and past continuous. Let's make a comparison between past simple and past continuous tense. First, how to make a positive sentence. To make a positive sentence in the past simple, I add ed or d for regular verbs like visit, change it to be visited, believe, believed, play, played, study, studied. Pay attention that if we have y, look at before y. If you have consonant, so change y to I and add ed. And if your verb ends in e, just add d. And we have some irregular verbs. They have completely different forms. So I have to memorize their forms in the past. For example, go, the past is went. Eat, ate. Catch, caught. Here we have some examples of a positive sentence. When I say, he visited his uncle yesterday. So when I see ed, so I know it's past simple. Also, I have the word yesterday. They went to the mosque last Friday. They went. Went is the past of go. To the mosque last Friday. So last and plus a period of time, it's one word for past simple. To make negative in the past simple, I use didn't. Then put your verb in infinitive. Then complete your sentence. He didn't visit his uncle yesterday. They didn't go to the mosque last Friday. So after didn't, you put the verb in infinitive. But in the past continuous tense, I use was, were, plus verb plus ing. Then complete the sentence. Was used with singular and I say I was, he was, she was, it was, or any singular noun. Then the verb plus ing. Were for plural, they, we, you, or any plural noun. Then were, then your verb plus ing. So here we have some examples of positive sentences. When I say he was watching, don't forget ing. He was watching TV at 7 o'clock yesterday. What's this? Yesterday, yes. But here we have accurate time, exact time. I was eating when the telephone rang. I have two actions here. I was doing something and there is another thing happened. I was eating, but I didn't complete my eating. What happened? What interrupted me? The telephone rang. They were running when they fell down. So they were running, but they didn't complete their running. Why? Because they fell down. To make a negative sentence in the past continuous tense, I add just not after was or were. Then the verb plus ing. Don't say that I added not, so I have to delete ing. No, you don't have to delete ing. So he wasn't watching. He wasn't watching TV at 7 o'clock yesterday. I wasn't eating when the telephone rang. They weren't running when they fell down. How to form a question. We said before that we have two kinds of questions. Two kinds of questions. Yes or no question and WH question. To make a yes or no question in the past simple tense, just to start with did, then the subject, then the verb, then complete the sentence. For example, did you visit your uncle yesterday? And pay attention, the verb is in infinitive. Did they go to the mosque last Friday? And we said before the answer will be yes or no. To make a WH question, I start with just add the question word, when, where, what, why, then did, then the subject, then the verb in infinitive, then complete your sentence. But just pay attention that the part that we are asking about, we don't write it in the question. Who did you visit yesterday? I visited my uncle yesterday. Where did they go last Friday? They went to the mosque last Friday. Some used words for past simple: yesterday, time, for example, 3 days, 4 days ago, plus ago. Last, then time, last week, last Friday, last month, last year. In plus a past year, in 1999. Here you have some examples. 3 days ago, 1 month ago, last Friday, last week, in 1989. So all these words I can use to express past simple tense to help me that it's a past simple tense. In the past continuous tense, to make a yes or no question, I start with was or were. Then the subject, the verb, plus ing, don't forget. Then complete the sentence. Was he watching TV at 7 o'clock yesterday? Yes, he was. Were you eating when the telephone rang? Yes, I was. Were they running when they fell down? No, they weren't. For example, to make a WH question, just add the question word. When, where, what, who, why, then was or where, plus subject, plus the verb, plus ing. Then complete the sentence. For example, what was he doing at 7 o'clock yesterday? He was watching TV. What were you doing when the telephone rang? I was eating. Some words to express past continuous, like while, as, just as, and sometimes we use when. What's the difference in the meaning between past simple and past continuous? When I use past simple and when I use past continuous. I use past simple to express an action that started and finished in the past without knowing its particular time. Just I said, I watched TV yesterday, but I don't know exact time of this watching. So, an action that started and finished in the past. But I use past continuous to express an action that was happening but not completed. I have two actions. The first one wasn't completed, and we have another one that interrupted this one. And if I want to talk about a particular time in the past, if I want to talk about an action that happened in or at a particular time in the past. So if I have two actions, one cut the other one, if I know the exact time of this action, and if my action took a period of time, a long period of time, I use past continuous. When I use when and when I use while, if I have two actions that interrupted each other, cut each other, I put the first action in the past continuous and the second one in the past simple. So after when, I use past simple, and after while, I use past continuous. For example, I was eating when the telephone rang. What I was doing first, I was eating. So this is the first action. I put it in the past continuous. Remember, his past continuous was or were plus verb plus ing. I takes was. So I was eating. Then what happened? The telephone rang. When the telephone rang. After when, I put the sentence where in the past simple. The same sentence I can use while. So after while, I choose the past continuous sentence. While I was eating. What happened? The telephone rang. When I started the sentence with while or when, I have to separate the two sentences with what? Comma. Another example. When it rained, I started with when, comma. What happened? He was walking on the street. He was walking on the street. So which sentence here? It's past continuous tense. So if I want to use while, just flat. While he was walking on the street, comma, it rained. Another example. The boy was running. He fell down. So what was the first action? He was running. Use while. So the first action, past continuous after while. While the boy was running, comma, he fell down. Another one. My mom was cooking. She burnt her hand. We have two actions. But what was the first one? She was cooking. So to use, and the second one, burnt her hand. To use when, pay attention when here, it's not the capital one. So it will be in the middle of the sentence. So my mom was cooking, delete comma, delete the dot, connect with when she burnt her hand. If I want to use while, here it's a capital, so start your sentence with while. So while my mom was cooking, comma, because it's capital here, she burnt her hand. Excellent, boys and girls. Wait for the next lesson. Bye-bye.